Another fine day here in the Junon region. Look at how lovely this place is. Because this game is damn gorgeous. Looking all over the place, and you can see just some beautiful sights no matter where you look, including that beautiful thing there. I really do love this detail. If that bird was there this whole time earlier, and I feel like an idiot for missing it, but I really do feel like it only started roosting there after we did the little quest for the Bird Watching Society, and I think that's really lovely. Also, something I do kind of like, you know, is how whenever you visit the Remnawave Towers, there's like a big old pillar of light pointing to the sky. A little bit of a marker to show you of where you've been in this world and whatnot. Oh, we're playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, by the way. Thank you, in case you missed the title of the game. What I'm less fan of is these texture pop-ins today are a little aggressive. I mean, look at... Wow, that's something. Wonder what's causing that. I don't think I have anything, like, on in the background eating up the memory, but... Ah, well. Right. So, yeah, FF7. Oh, extreme close-up of a leaf. Today we're going to be wrapping up stuff in the Junon region. At least I'm hoping that we can get stuff wrapped up here nice and tight. Why don't we travel to that chocobo stop over there? Just to get things started, because we've gotten all the towers, so it's just this crook of spots over here we got to deal with, and this quest involving the Wright, and, you know, a couple simulator missions, and then we're done. Last time we wrapped up the Proto-Relic quest here in the Junon region. We continued going into the wacky, sort of kind of Jumanji-esque, shut up, whatever, I know the first one you don't go in, the board game, but whatever. You know, the Jumanji-esque world of Fort Condor, and we had some silly fights. It got progressively sillier because of some very bizarre and confused villains in that world. And now we unlocked, in fact, a option to play hard mode versions of those games. That's gonna have to be the first big L on my scorecard. Maybe like later in the game if we're gonna be able to come back here even. Actually, wait a second, I feel like this semi-open world, like, would let you go back and do stuff, right? But there isn't really a way to go to the grasslands right now. I never thought about this. Unless, can we actually go back there? Not right now we can't. I'm clicking hard, but it's not happening. Okay. There is like this meter showing everything that's done, you know? So like, but still, I just don't have it in me right now to do that stuff. So we're not doing the hard mode stuff. Maybe someday, but if the opportunity is, then maybe someday I'll come back to do that. But no, not now. Anyway, apart from that and the silly hijinks there and getting another proto-relic piece, well, we didn't do a whole lot otherwise. It took a lot of time because I wasn't super good at the Fort Condor game. Yes, owl, I know. Oh my god, this aggressive owl. Just like, come on. Side quest, open world. Anyway, we fought like a really nasty bird, and we dug some holes in the ground, and that's about it. So, fellas. Okay, split in the road. Looks like most stuff is that away, so why don't we go this way, actually, first to take care of the shrine. Not the order I was planning on doing things, but I didn't know what the terrain was gonna be like. So, yeah. But yeah, it should be... I think we'll get this done, unless the Wright mission is incredibly complicated. I think we'll get this all done today, which means next week, for those of you sick of all the open world doohickying, you can all tune in next week to catch the beginning of the Junon Fortress Ascendance. Although, I don't know, if you are that kind of person and you don't want to watch this open world stuff, I don't know why you'd pop in here at the tail end of all the Junon content, but whatever. Ooh, look at that shimmy slide there. That was a little awkward. Let me just shimmy slide in there. Oh, right, wait, hold on. This is the actually tough one, not the life spring scanning one. I need to focus for this one. Circle, X. X, circle. Okay. Circle, X. X, circle. Bit sloppy, but at least it's a generous. It's a generous bracket to do those. But yeah, this has to be the hardest one so far, just because the rhythm was kind of missing there in the middle. That was pretty tricky. Chadley?
Well done! You've located and analyzed all the crystals in the Junon region. Thanks to you, Phoenix's flames will no doubt be that much more radiant. Though you have yet to obtain the requisite materia, as I recall, you'll first need to confront the Divine via the combat simulator.
I'll do that, you know. Titan turned kind of into a, you know, a jobber match after we did all three of them, so we'll see. I imagine Phoenix will also be then handy, but I don't know. Phoenix had the tricky thing of summoning ads, so we'll have to see how that all ends up working in the end. If I remember correctly, I failed to kill even a single one of the ads, not to mention Phoenix itself, obviously, so... Oh, where... The frickin' cheaters. Alright. Not much going on this way. Kind of looks like we might be coming back that way, like a little shortcut to double back, but I imagine I'll just be fast traveling down from here. So, yes, of course, my thoughts for FF7 Rebirth are still quite high, soaring like this Lifespring Owl here. But now that we're wrapping up the Junon region, I do have a small point of critique. It's not the hugest thing in the world, but I'm a little bit unsatisfied with one thing with the way that they ordered things. Yeah, Red, let me just do this real quick here. Oh, yes, so much stuff. Yeah, this one's the easy mini game. This one's the kind of cartoonishly, like, simple. Although, let's see if, like, somehow they throw something insane for us later on in other regions, but... so far, it's the same exact thing. Ah, well. Now, if I'm correct about my assumptions, right now we should unlock, actually, something which might extend our stay quite a bit. I only now remembered this one. Cloud, Chadley!
Your combat data has revealed the location of the Mind Flare lurking in the Junon region.
There we go.
Instead, this eldritch horror devours the brains of its victims. We cannot turn a blind eye to this threat.
There you go. Yeah, I forgot about this. So, the Whisperer in the Darkness. Oh, that's even a very kind of Lovecraftian name for a monster, which is very heavily Lovecraft-inspired, you know. Big old squid head. Huh, we went through there a couple of times already, and I didn't see. I'm pretty sure I cut across there. I guess you can't challenge these, even by accident, you know, if you stumble on them? Maybe, I don't know. Alright. Fair enough. So yeah, maybe our stay in Junon will be a little bit stretched out, because now I gotta take care of this. But before all that, I will finish my thought about a little bit of a complaint. It's the way that the quests were ordered, with the Salmon quest taking us all the way across over there. And then we kind of doubled back this way, when it seems like they were set up a little bit to go this way, collecting missions. By what I mean, the Salmon quest was the dog thing, and the dog thing took you all across the map to the Crow's Nest. And that was kind of a fun little, you know, organic introduction to the entire area. But then, you know, when I started doing these quests, you know, like, when I was here, I was like, I'll just start exploring this way. But doing the Proto-Relic quest really just seemed to make me forced to go back and forth. The whole energy has kind of been a little bit like, you still were meant to, like, clear this area going this way, kind of driving you eastward. So I would have ordered the Proto-Relics to, like, the first one would have been here, and you've been going in, like, this order. You know, something more like that. Like, I found this, like, a little bit odd. But really, I'm maybe complaining about much ado about nothing, because, of course, the Proto-Relic quest of the Grasslands certainly sent us bumbling back and forth. But, I don't know, something about the way the Salmon quest threw us all across the map, and then, like, it feels like the quests have been pushing us to then just kind of constantly double back a little bit, like back and forth all the time when we've been trying to push westwards. I would have designed this to be explored a little bit more, starting from the crow's nest going this way, under the assumption that like 90% of players are going to pick up the salmon quest and run across the area. Of course, this is a semi-open world area, so you really can't account for how people are going to be doing these, but I think it's usually safe to assume like a flow in how people are going to be exploring an area that you can influence by providing, for example, a really glaring quest like that to bumble into, So, I just think you could have done it like that. Yeah? Alright. Again, not a major thing, but, like, yeah. Just got some vibes here. I think we gotta go. I'm having trouble telling, but I think we gotta go this way. And I think that's gonna be for us to double back in case we don't want to fast travel. Oh, it's dark in here, man. Why the... Alright. I was gonna say, why did the Wright pick this kind of place to live in, but... Sheltered, cozy house, far away from everybody, and this kind of beautiful cliff-like vista. Actually, yeah, I'm kind of sold. Also, this little detail here, very interesting. Sad little grave area here. What is going on with this Wright? Let's go see. Am I pronouncing it correctly? I bet the guy said it several episodes ago how it's pronounced, but like I already forgot the Gabe at his ranch. But I've already forgotten like how it is, and the only reason I'm like, because that sounds like one of those ye olde English inspired words which have weird pronunciations, like coxswain, which the spelling I want to say is pronounced coxswain, something like that. Or gunnel, when the spelling looks like gun whale. These are all very nautical words, actually, now that I think about it. Maybe it's just ye olde nautical terms. Never mind. Point is, I don't know. I'm a little bit doubting myself about Wright. Like, could it be like Wenrit? Maybe? I don't know. Oh, shoot! This guy actually is... I think this is meant as a reference to the PlayStation game. I only now realized. There's a sleeping guy in a really hard-to-get-to place. Hereabouts on the world map. On the PlayStation game. Oh, dude! I wasn't even thinking about this one. Wow. When they said that you get to visit every single place in the PlayStation game here in the remake, apparently they were not yanking my tail on that one. Wow.
Can I help you?
We're trying to fix Gabe's cart.
Oh, so you're looking for parts. Well, you'll have to come back tomorrow, or the day after. I'm too tired to help you right now.
Think a swift kick could get him up?
Wake him gently? Wake him with magic? Leave him be. I don't know, we're talking to Aerith. This is an Aerith quest. And Aerith is a little bit of a mischievous person. Let's just go with the big splash.
Well, you're not serious, are you? Scared me half to death. You want to get my ass up? Then you bring me exactly what's on that list, got it?
Okay. The Wainwright's note.
I say we get his ass up.
So this is kind of like the cog quest, I guess. Oh, except there's digging for treasure involved. Okay. I was going to say that this is was the cog quest in the windmill quest in the grasslands. Like a kind of a capper on the whole area by collecting everything you've located and while exploring the region. Okay, but this one seems to be a little bit more localized and simple. So, use the Wainwright's map and your chocobo's sense of smell to locate the materials buried throughout the region. Press the side button to view his map. To examine it more closely, press L1. Okay. This isn't too bad. I'm pretty sure that's Gabe's ranch there, with the little chocobo screaming down there. So, I think we can figure this one out. Oop. Maybe? It's the Remna Wave Tower and the little spot there, so I think we're good to go. Yeah, I'm very much convinced that this was supposed to be a reference to a very minor thing ultimately, but a little like hidden encounter area in the original FF7, like, and it's just like a little bit low-key blowing my mind that like they slipped that in here. I know, I'm getting excited by the simplest things in this game, you know, just being like, oh my god. It's like that, oh gosh, I don't remember the guy on the channel, but the rather satirical alternate for Ready Player One theme song that this guy wrote, which is just like listing, do you remember, do you remember, It's basically making fun of that, the whole selling point of Ready Player One, according to critics, seems to be, hey, do you remember this old thing? You know? So I feel like I'm kind of a little bit the same way here, just being like, do you remember this thing from FF7? I sure do. Look at me, I'm smart. I retain useful information. And okay. Just a couple of you. Let's just take these. Oh yeah, by the way, as I mentioned at the end of last episode, I'm keeping Barrett and Aerith in the party because we only did like one fight last time, so I'll just have them in the party for this episode set as well, you know. Anyway, yeah, this giant strut for the fortress should be one spot for the item. Let's clear these, what were they called? Fleet wings? Out of here as well, so they don't interrupt my hunting. Look at me, I remember that I got this, got this, like, you know, sword slash thingy. There we go. Good job, Barrett. Alright. Belle! Belle? Oh, there you are, Belle. Ooh, it's got even a red symbol to imply that this is some serious stuff we got here. This, if we're talking about Final Fantasy references, feels a little bit, actually, this whole chocobo scouring thing, closer to Final Fantasy IX, where you play chocobo hot and cold as a mini-game. And then also on the world map, you're trying to find, like, items with chocobos. There was no such mechanic in 7. I definitely do not remember that. But, oop, no. Okay. But, no. There we go. But 9 had this mechanic, and I don't exactly remember if there was anything interesting going on with the chocobos in 8. A lot of stuff in 8 escapes my mind, although not as much stuff as you'd think. So, yeah. Maybe this hut? It looked like some kind of, like, hut. As soon as I deal with these Kappa wires... Ooh, yeah, I saw the symbol there for just a second.
Keep it together.
I'll show you what I can do.
Gotta practice other characters for a change, so...
Gotta go for it now.
Ah! Ooh! Ah, I thought I escaped that one. Couldn't be so lucky. Alright, I should put more spells on Aerith, seeing as she's got all these like spell-based things. Oh well. Let's call in. Yeah, for the record, I don't actually... I do think Final Fantasy VIII has a lot of cool stuff going on in it. It's actually got... I had to admit that it's a little bit forgettable in a lot of areas. I think a lot of mechanics were famously rather convoluted in that, so I can't, like, remember. For example, the chocobo things. I don't exactly remember how those were integrated back in FF8. And while we're at it, I should, because it has nothing to do with Final Fantasy VII, but now that, or Final Fantasy, but now that I brought up Ready Player One, I rather strongly feel defensive about that one. For years, there's always like one movie a generation where like I feel like it's not as bad as people make it out to be. It's like actually got legit good stuff going on. I feel like Ready Player One has been that for like the last few years. Like, but also like, you know, a movie which I also can't really bother to like argue with anybody, because like I think people do bring up quite a few good arguments in why it's not a good movie, but me personally just kind of like, I think there's like actual like good stuff going on in it, and defo Ready Player One is the one of the last few years. So, yeah, but yeah, again, nothing to do with here. Like, the only thing Final Fantasy related in that is that the main character definitely looks like a Square Enix protagonist, but that's about it. I don't remember any FF references otherwise. If someone does, please tell me. Do you remember Final Fantasy VII? What am I doing? Aye! Got real close this time. Okay, got everything on the Wainwright's list, so... Oops, report to that Wainwright. Oh, good, they put a little fast travel spot here. So, oh right, yeah, where my rambling originally began, right, so clearly they really are, like, committing to, like, putting all these, like, even tiny references to, like, hey, this was, like, a little thing that happened in the PlayStation game. So I am going to be marking out to those as we get on, especially when there's stuff that, like, I'm not anticipating, like the tiny hut with the sleeping guy. Actually, is it a hut or a cave? I think it's a cave in the PlayStation game. I don't remember that one super well, but of course this is basically a cave house thing, so yeah. Back at it again. Snoozing, huh?
Special delivery.
Yeah, hand over the goods. Got all 3 parts.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
Didn't realize you could come here with only a few ones.
Name's Freddy. So what was it you needed again?
Ooh, are we gonna get locked out if I start asking about this stuff?
Frankly, I'm not doing much of anything. Other than thinking about the war, that is. This used to be a shelter, you know? One of the few safe spots during the air raids. A lot of folks lost their lives. Good, decent folks. Can't bring back the dead, but least I can do is sit here and pay them my respects.
Fair enough. Ooh, I'm glad he's giving us all these lore dumps. Yeah, that's why the graveyard is out there. Okay, makes sense.
Gabe and I, we go way back. Comrades in arms. You'd never know it now, but he used to ride front and center in the chocobo cavalry.
Oh, that's where he got all his tats.
Every inch of these mountains, hunting for Shinra units and attacking them when they least expected it.
Tight.
Some close calls too. Don't know how we survived. We fought tooth and nail for ourselves and the Republic, but wasn't enough. Now I'm just hoping to live out the rest of my days in peace.
Alright. Why don't we hear some war stories? That's what veterans love to do, is potential PTSD sources.
Junon versus Shinra. Before your time. You didn't think all those buildings demolished themselves, did you? Anyway, I fought in the Republic Army. And let's just say it wasn't pretty. Got our asses handed to us. And what you see now is all that remains.
Alright. It's really funny because the guy I'm thinking of that, I'm so convinced this is a reference to, in the original, there's no story content, there's no backstory, there's nothing with that guy. He's just a random guy. Part of an elaborate, lengthy side quest. But, no real, story content to be gleaned from the sleepy dude. So this is kind of crazy that, like, well, not crazy, it's just really funny to me that, like, oh yeah, let's give him, like, a tragic backstory. But it's nice, it, like, you know, elaborates further on, like, what happened in this world. So I like it. So anyway, let's get to business.
Oh, yeah. You did mention that. This'll just take a sec.
Sweet. Damn, that Freddy, he's sure got a set of fingers.
She ain't a beauty. Nobody makes them like I do. And that's no lie. Go on, take it.
You ought to make more than that. Gabe's definitely gonna need him at some point.
I don't know about that. Besides, I've got things to do. Like catching some Z's, for one. So if we're all done here...
Alrighty then. I guess we're done here. This is tricky, because we go here, Chadley would be right there to do some, you know, simulator stuff, but I kind of want to fight the Mind Flayer before we take care of that. But I'm kind of, you know, wanting to wrap up this side quest now, because we're so close to getting it done, and we're getting all this story stuff, so let's just go to Gabe and take care of this, and let's just travel to the Mind Flayer after that. Do things a little bit back and forthy. That I won't blame the game for, that's just my own, like, priorities, you know? Making me be all wacky, but, yeah.
Guess what? Brought you a present from your good friend Freddy.
Is that so?
Only if you promise to fix your carriage and take better care of your chocobos.
Well, twist my arm, why don't you? All right, little lady. It's a deal.
Good. In that case, no time like the present.
Alright. He didn't fight back too much, I guess, you know, it was a big effort to get all this done, so he appreciates that.
Whew. Good as new. Oh, I gotta say, that old dog really outdid himself this time. Hell of a job. Don't think my carrot has ever looked even half this good. Appreciate it, kids. I could finally get the business back up and running again.
That's great. But before we head out, I just want to ask one more thing. If we hadn't shown up, would you have even tried to give your birds a better life?
Oof, that guilt trip.
Maybe.
Oh.
I see. But I get it. Shinra's a big company, and what they say goes.
Whoa.
I can't blame you for being too scared to fight back.
Bit of a low blow, Aerith.
I ain't scared of those sons of bitches. Not one bit.
Oh? Then why'd you shut down the business?
It's like I told you, my carriage broke. And getting the parts to fix it sounded like a real hassle, So there you have it. I just let it go.
How responsible.
Okay, fine. I shouldn't have been so quick to throw in the towel. You happy? Starting today, I'm giving this job my all. I'll stock up on parts so I can keep the carriage moving and make sure my birds never get bored again.
You hear that? Then the deal is sealed.
You're quite the businesswoman yourself.
Alright, look at the stuff we got. Queen's Guard bangle, huh? Now that Gabe is back in business, you can travel between the Junon region and the grasslands without entering the mines. Well, isn't that fortunate? Just after I was like, oh dear, we can't actually go back to the grasslands. Speak with the stable hands at either Gabe's or Bill's Chocobo Ranch to use this service. Well, hot dang, that's very kind of you, video game. Okay, well that makes me feel better about the whole Fort Condor thing. I imagine we'll get opportunities to get back to Junon somehow. Although, gonna have to say, the obstacles are gonna be a little bit bigger than, you know, one mountain range to cross. Just little spoilers on that. Once we move on out of Junon. Well then, that was nice. Let's look at this Queen's Guard thingy then. Can I possibly transmute something? I'll just really quickly check this. We did this at the end of last episode, but I've gotten some new stuff here, so just really, no, nothing's pinging here. I could start, you know, mixing up, you know, stuff that I want otherwise. like, you know, 1 high potion, I guess. A lot of beast bones, but so it goes. That will do that. Ooh, that actually ate up. Oh, that eats up a lot of high potions. I didn't realize. Whatever. 3 missed high potions. That'll come really handy. And how many of these can we make? A couple. I'll just make a couple ethers. Or maybe I'll make 1 ether. We got 5. That's fine. I'll make 1 of these guys. Yeah, I should be thinking about making these, you know. Oh, I can actually make planet favors now. That's right. I can make a bunch of these. Just do that, because, yeah, these are now, because I guess planet blessings and sages are starting to lose their value, you know, so the game wisely gives you the possibility to make stronger items. Very cool.